Welcome to Worldwide Business. I'm Kathy Ireland. For many, the dream of starting their own small business comes with one very big gotcha, and that is financing. For over 30 years, Benetrends Financial has been helping hopeful entrepreneurs take the leap into small business ownership. President and CEO Rocco Fiorentino joins us today to discuss the creative ways in which they do so. Welcome, Rocco.
Kathy, thank you so much. It's great to be on your show.
Rocco, could you please help us understand more deeply the challenges entrepreneurs face when wanting to go into business for themselves?
Sure. A lot of folks always wanted to do that. Sometimes we find ourselves in a retail location and think, boy, I could do this. This could be me. Or they're at their job in their cubicle thinking, I've got to get out of here. What is it I can do? A lot of us have a passion to do a lot of different things. And when we think about that, we think, well, geez, if I could do something that I'm passionate about, I'd probably never work another day in my life. I just have fun doing it. The challenge is the idea has to be something they really want to do and then figure out how they really go about doing it. And one of the first things they come up with is, how are we ever going to fund this business? Where would we get the money to start a business, assuming we could?
And so can you please help us understand how Benetrends Financial has helped so many entrepreneurs get their start over the years?
You know, a lot of folks don't realize that they can use their retirement funds to start a business. Most people think that because they've worked in an organization or company for 20 plus years and they've saved $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in their retirement plan, that it's locked up, it's bubble wrap, they can't get to it. The only thing they can do with it is have their wealth manager invest it into a publicly traded stock. 34 years ago, we were the architects of what we fondly call the Rainmaker, which allows you to use your retirement funds, tax-deferred and penalty-free, to start your own business and frankly invest in yourself instead of companies where you may or may not understand who the management really is. So that's been our forte. The product's been amazing, and we put so many thousands of entrepreneurs in business. So instead of being a wantrepreneur, they're now entrepreneurs.
Well, let's pause and discover firsthand how Benetrends Financial helps transform dreams into reality in this Worldwide Business Field Report.
When I first looked at the helicopter as a business, as a viable business, and took it to my accountant, he thought it was a home run. The fact that after we got to about 1,000 hours on my first helicopter, we looked at the overall financial picture, what it cost me to maintain it and do everything else, and the return on investment was 35%. Where are you going to get that? You can't. I would recommend it to anybody that has a dream of starting their own business, and I would use Benetrends in a heartbeat.
The most rewarding part about working with Benetrends was that we got it done. We had a goal, we had a timeline, we needed to accomplish a lot in a very brief amount of time. And I felt very comfortable and very secure working with people who knew what they were doing. This was my money I had saved for so long, and I was really concerned about who was handling it, who was involved in my accounts, and whose advice I was actually willing to take. And I felt very comfortable working with Benetrends and very confident that they knew what they were doing.
Rocco, could you please give us a brief history of Benetrends Financial? How did it get started?
Sure. So our founder, Len Fisher, is an attorney who always focused on pension and benefits law. And he thought back in 1983 in California that it would be really cool if folks could invest in themselves. And he watched the market, he watched the pension plans go up and down. So he thought, you know, why is it that we couldn't invest in ourselves? So he worked with the Department of Labor and the IRS and finally came up with the criteria so that folks can invest their own funds into their own businesses. So that's what started what we fondly call the Rainmaker. And the Rainmaker is really a rollover for business startups. So frankly, if you worked at one TV station for 20 years and chose to work at another TV station, you probably would move your current retirement plan from the old station to the new station. So in reality, you did a rollover. You actually switched and you invested into your new company. And you could, in fact, buy stock in the new radio station or TV station that you worked for. This is basically the same principle, except that it's not a publicly traded company. So you can invest in, and your new retirement plan that we would design for you would buy stock in your new entity that would own a business.
And does Benetrends offer any other funding solutions or custom options aside from the Rainmaker Plan?
Yeah, we do. So we are certainly in the business of providing SBA loans, which are the government-backed loans, and also asset-backed lending. So if someone worked for a big drug company for many years and had stock at a very low base, let's say they were there for 20 years and they had stock at $5 a share. It's now worth $200 a share. You don't really want to sell that stock and pay the capital gains if you don't have to. So we would use their portfolio as a collateral or a guarantee for a loan and do that as well. So there's so many options, but they're all different for every individual. So we try to understand as much as we can about the individual, profile them, and then provide the best options for them in funding their business the smartest way.
I'm very thankful, number one, to the Sonorama corporate people who connected me to Benetrends, but I'm also very thankful to Benetrends for being there when I needed to fill out forms that I had no idea what they were, and the reporting on an annual basis. There's always someone that I can reach out to if I need anything, and that continues to make this a positive relationship.
I can't think of a better company to be involved with than Benetrends for my company. They just handle everything. I have no interaction with the IRS at all. My interaction is with the folks here at Benetrends, and it works well.
And Rocco, what happens after you secure financing for your customer? And is that the end of your business relationship?
If we do a rollover, we're going to manage your plan. So we make sure that we do all the compliance testing and file all the tax returns every year for the plan. So we're with the client for life, the life of their business.
Could you please tell us more about your network of support? What services do you offer, and how do you help customers succeed?
So we automatically take care of the payroll for you, we do accounting, we take care of the insurance for you. So we try to figure out what entrepreneurs would need so they can go back to hometown USA and just manage and run their business. Let us take care of everything on the back end.
Rocco, budding entrepreneurs and small business owners have a very special place in my heart, and I'm so thankful for the genuine approach that Benetrends Financial takes to its customers. Thank you for joining
Kathy,
us today.
thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure.
Oh, thank you. For Worldwide Business, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for watching.